What's up, YouTube? We're gonna try to make a video here real quick. Been a little while. Well, I did do ponies in the Smokies, but it's been a while since I've done anything in my garage. So we're gonna piddle around here this evening. It's late on a Friday night. It's about the only time I can find to film where I don't have a little boy running around and getting in the way. I shouldn't say in the way. I love him to death, but it's just not the best for filming. But anyways, we're gonna do update today. Or tonight and tomorrow. And on this, of course, you can see we have wheels and tires on the car, which is exciting. We got the motor sitting right there. We're gonna take a look at that. That's what we're gonna work on tonight. We're gonna put the oil pan on that. Oil pan sitting up there. But yeah, and then hopefully, if I can get a lot done tonight and tomorrow, I'm wanting, the goal is, and I don't know if it'll happen in this video or not, but the goal is to have that in there, which would be a momentous occasion. Is that what I don't know if I said that right. A momentous, what? I don't even know what I'm trying to say. So anyways, we're gonna get that in there and it's gonna be awesome, hopefully. So stay tuned. We're gonna piddle with that a little bit, show you a little bit about what that motor is, what exactly all that is. It's really cool stuff behind that. I don't have any paperwork or proof for that, so you'll just have to take my word for it. But super cool stuff there. So we'll kind of show you a little bit of that here in a little bit. I'm gonna get set up and we'll start filming. Alright guys, so what we have here is a 358 cubic inch Nascar motor, from the early 90s. This is basically all Ford parts. It's a Ford 351. It's a 9.5 inch, 9.5 inch deck height. Not 9.5, but 9.5 inch deck height block. It is Ford C3 cast aluminum heads. It's got basically, it had all of the prep work done from when the Elliots, well, there's the story behind it, the cool part behind it. My friend, my buddy who I bought the Mach 1 from, if you'll remember in the video where I picked that car up, Joel, his father, who had collected all this stuff, was friends with the Elliots, and he managed to get his hands on this engine from the Elliots over some kind of different things that went on. I don't know all the details behind that, but maybe one of these days Joel can kind of inform us. But he got his hand on all of this stuff right here, which is, like I said, a 358 cubic inch NASCAR spec motor. Now, I've since had it apart, and I had to put new main bearings, new rod bearings. I was able to save the cam bearings. They were okay. But we did do the bearings. And then I also took out the, from back in the day, I guess, part of the rules was you had to have flat tappet lifters. So I took these out as well as the cam. And I have the camshaft in a box. I can show that to you as well. I just posted a picture and we'll download that. But anyways, I took the solid flat tappet cam out because it's a NASCAR spec. So, and this is going to be going in the Mach 1 for more street duty. But I took that out mainly because of it being a flat tappet, solid lift, fairly aggressive cam. I didn't want to take a chance in wiping a lobe on the street driving that I'm going to be doing. So I took that out to save it. And I put in a hydraulic roller, custom grind hydraulic roller cam for this application. I don't have the cam card. The cam card's inside, but spec wise, I believe intake is like 658. Exhaust, I think, is around there, 650s or so. So fairly aggressive for a hydraulic roller, but I was assured that it would be fine. So that, and then duration, I can't even remember the duration. It's quite a bit of duration as well, but it was spec'd out for this, so it should be fairly healthy. Should sound good. And of course, again, we're not racing. We're just going to car shows and street driving. So hopefully, with between the 5-speed and all that, it should be pretty good. Now, maybe some of you can give me some pointers with the rod piston crank combo 358 cubic inch. They are a dome piston. I'll post a picture of that as well, so you can see that. And I was told, I haven't done any factoring yet, but I was told with these heads and all the different things, it was about 13.5 to 1 compression. So I think I'm going to be running E85. I'm going to try my hand at that. I just got to get a carburetor, obviously built specifically for that, and a fuel system to handle that. But I think I'm going to try that. So if you have any pointers or tips, leave them in the comments below. Let me know whether I should stay away from it or if it's something I should, venture into. But we're going to go ahead and put the oil pan on. I'll show you a few different things on this engine here and let you see a little bit of what the NASCAR prep was that they would do back in the day to a motor like this. There's the part number. Alright, so we got the top end, besides the heads obviously, off. And I thought you would like to see what the lifter valley of a old stock car engine looked like. Completely polished, which is pretty cool. So that's pretty neat. And then you can see, of course, these intake ports, which have been polished and worked as well. So pretty cool setup. Alright, a couple other cool things. Here you can see the part number of the block. You can see screw-in freeze plugs. So that's pretty cool. Of course, you got your 4-bolt mains on the center 3. You can see all that. polished the inside of there as well. So they polished pretty much every single surface of this block has been touched, which is an interesting thought as well. So it'll be interesting to see how it does. So yeah, that's the bottom half. We're getting ready to put a pan on it and put the rest of it back together. All right, so for this old pan, I use a little bit of silicone to help it seal up in the corners, here, there, and on the front corners as well. And then also where the timing cover meets the block, I put a little bit of silicone across both sides of that. So that'll help the gasket stick into place, and also just maybe seal up any gaps. On this one, I also had to, let's see, I'm gonna get this gasket turned around the right way. Right here on this one main cap was close to the gasket, so I had to actually cut it here, and I'll show you in just a second what that looks like. So we got to make sure our tabs get into the bottom down there. Get that in there, and then that also in there. Make sure we got that all pushed in. And then make sure these are all lined up. So right here you'll see where I had to cut out a little bit to make that work. And then I'll just go ahead and put these in as well. Make sure all this gets pushed in. Alright guys, we got the oil pan on, pretty much all buttoned up the bottom end. So now I do need to get lifters for the cam still. That's another thing. If you know of or recommend a good lifter, hydraulic roller lifter for me to use for higher RPM, and it does have to be a link bar type because it's not a factory roller type block, so I can't use like the dog bone stuff. So if you know of a factory, or I'm sorry, if you know of a link bar aftermarket lifter that's good for RPM, shoot me a comment and let me know. Otherwise, here it is, guys. This is it. This is what's going in the car, other than the water pump and whatnot. But